Good evening. Welcome to Seneca Valley High School's Regional College and Career Programs Invitation Night. We're going to get started with the presentation colors and the national anthem, so please stand.
Colors. Ready, cut. Ready, two. Right, left. Forward, left, right, left.
Reason. Arms.
Colors. Halt. Ready, two. Reason. Colors. Ready, cut.
Order. Arms.
Colors.
Right. Face.
Ready, cut. Ready, two.
Forward. Right.
Colors. Halt. Order. Colors. Ready, cut. Fire, fall out.
Thank you. You can be seated. So for those that just come in, thank you. Welcome to Seneca Valley High School's Regional College and Career Programs Invitation Night. And tonight you'll be able to hear specifically about the programs you were invited to. We're going to start it off here in the auditorium only because to give some general information, and then we're going to go to a rotation system, and I'll explain these a little bit later in the rooms. But before we get started, I'd like to welcome our principal, Dr. Cohen, and he's going to say some welcoming words.
Thanks, Darren. What do I get, like 10 minutes to talk?
You get whatever you want to do.
No. I'll take like 2 or 3 minutes. Evening, everybody. Come on. You're going to sit all over there. It's like, this isn't church. You could be sitting right down here if you wanted to. Nobody's going to make you join. Nobody's going to make you lead a committee. Nobody's going to make you give me any money tonight. Good evening, everybody. My name is Marc Cohen, and I am so excited because this night is one of my most favorite of the year. Because this is the night where we talk about next year, we talk about the future, we talk about all of the amazing things that have been gifted to the upper part of the county, the upper part of Montgomery County. You know, for many years, Montgomery County has led the nation in providing career partnership opportunities to students. The Edison Center has been the envy of the nation for decades. But the reality is that students who lived in the upper part of the county, Rockville North, Rockville West, they had to give so much up just to take advantage of that opportunity. We had students, I've been here at Seneca now for 13 years. We had students who had to spend an hour to an hour and a half on a bus to drive down to Edison, and then an hour, hour and a half to come back. Think about all the opportunities that were lost. And so when we built this new beautiful building, I hope you love this building. This is a beautiful building. And as your students join us as students, we will be giving you tours later in the spring and in the early summer. As we built this new building, this gem for our community, we wanted to make sure that we righted that wrong. And so what we are now doing is we are grounding everything that we have to offer in true and authentic partnerships for our kids, for your kids. And so I want to thank you, parents and students. I want to thank you for choosing us, whether you eventually choose us or not. I want to thank you for choosing us, choosing to be here tonight to hear about our programs and to hear about what we have to offer. You saw one of the partnerships just a few moments ago. We have a partnership with the Navy. It's a long-standing partnership. It's the NJROTC. Our students, they learn about leadership. They learn about citizenship. They learn about scholarship. There's nothing in that about recruitment, right? It's not about joining the Navy. It's about raising good, upstanding young men and women. I met a couple weeks ago, what was it, about a month ago, Darren, we met with plumbers and steam fitters. And we have a partnership with the plumbers and steam fitters now where our students who go into that trade will walk out of high school potentially entering into an apprenticeship where they're going to be earning upwards of $40 an hour. $40 an hour. Because of the experiences they have here at Seneca Valley. We have students in our cyber program who are already experiencing the joys and maybe the fears of being recruited into some of the best technical training programs in the country. We have opportunities for our students who want to go in the healthcare professions. We have opportunities for our students who want to go into law enforcement and leadership. We have opportunities for our students who want to go into the construction trades. We have so many opportunities here, and by the way, in every single one of them, your children will have access to the most rigorous curriculum available in the world. Not in Montgomery County, not the state of Maryland, not in the U.S., in the world. And you're going to hear about it a little bit later, the International Baccalaureate Program. Because we've created pathways so that your kids can graduate high school not just with their regular diploma, which they all will do in 4 years, but they will also walk out of here, if they're in one of these career programs, with industry credentials that will put them ahead of the game, make them more competitive in the world that rests in front of them, and they will also, if they choose the IB diploma program, have an IB diploma which communicates to employers and to colleges that your child is something special in terms of what they have accomplished academically. And the diploma or career programs communicates that they have a level of success academically that will likely push them forward maybe as far as an entire semester in college, putting them ahead, making them more competitive. And so I'm so excited about what Darren and his team have to share with you tonight. I did promise him I'd only take about 2 minutes, and I've already taken 5. But I do get I'm so incredibly excited about what we have to offer for your kids. So at any point over the next couple of weeks as you're making your final decisions, at any point over the next couple of months as you're making your final decisions and then questioning your final decisions, right? Because like I got a 20-year-old and I got an 18-year-old. I'm constantly questioning and re-questioning. At any point, if you want to ask the real hard personal question, just give me a call. I'm Dr. Cohen. I'm the principal, Marc Cohen. I'm here every day. You can find my contact information on the website. I'm happy to talk with each of you about the programs in general, the school in general, the community in general, what it is that we have to offer. And by the way, because I've been in the district long enough now, I can also talk to you about what we have to offer compared to other schools. Because the reality is, whether you choose our program or you choose an invitation from another school for another career program, you're not going to make a bad decision. You're not going to make a bad decision. You chose Montgomery County for a reason. And you're sitting here tonight because that reason was a good one. And so I want to welcome you to Seneca Valley High School, what I hope is the first of many times I can welcome you tonight. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time to the rest of my staff because I took their time. Good night.
Thank you, Dr. Cohen. I apologize. I did not introduce myself. My name is Darren Black, and I am the Career Programs Coordinator here at Seneca Valley High School, as well as a resource teacher for career and technical education. Another important person I'd like to introduce is Mr. Ian Yarmus, our resource counselor. He is the one who you will primarily coordinate with if you accept the invitation, and then your regular counselor, of course. The rest of it is the administrative team on the left-hand side, and then each one of these links for Mr. Yarmus, that is his email address. If you have the copy of this presentation, if you go all the way back to the beginning with the QR code, that will get you the presentation. If you go through and click on my name, it has my virtual business card. It has my phone number to my direct line to my office with a voicemail. And so if you have a question, like you said, you can call Dr. Cohen. If you can't get him fast enough, call me. I'm in my office every day, and I will gladly return your phone call, okay? All right, so I just wanted to mention the recordings from tonight, this main presentation, as well as from the other sessions, the actual content sessions, will be available on the Google site. Got to give us a few days to get all the videos uploaded, processed, edited, etc., and then they'll be up on this Google site. That QR code will link to that Google site, okay? And it has all the information on all of our programs, and this slide deck will be there also. So I just wanted to point a clarification for there are 5 programs that students can accept that live outside of the boundary of Seneca Valley to come to Seneca Valley. So the 5 programs are the construction management architecture, healthcare professions, hospitality and tourism management, information technology and cybersecurity, and project lead the way. You'll note that 3 of them have asterisks. And what those asterisks means is this. You get accepted to one of the programs, but within that program, you get to choose one of those pathways. So for example, the construction management and architecture has our skilled trades, which is HVAC, construction, electricity, carpentry, but it also has the construction design and management, which contains about 50% of the architecture program at Edison. The healthcare professions, we offer the certified clinical medical assistant as well as the pharmacy technician. And in the information technology and cybersecurity, we offer 3 distinct pathways. We offer the programming, network ops, and then the cybersecurity. And you'll hear about each one of these programs and pathways in the content sessions after this general session. So I'd like to start off with just for this general session about some important information, some FAQs. The question that we get a lot is, do I just come part-time to Seneca Valley? Actually, when you accept the invitation as a rising 9th grader, Seneca Valley is your home high school. You come here all 4 years. You come here, you get to participate in everything that's offered. I'm going to show a brief snippet of that. You are a Seneca Valley student through and through. You're a Screaming Eagle, SV proud. So, bus transportation. The county says that has the address of every single person that accepts the invitation. And with their languages, and that's why it's encoded, is from a central stop, and that bullet is directly from what the county provides to us to relate to parents and students. Typically, in this past years, it's been at the student's home high school, but I can't guarantee that for next year because MCPS Transportation gives us the list, publishes the list mid-August, 3rd week in August. That link, that blue text that you see, that will link you directly to MCPS's website, transportation website, and you'll see all the published bus schedules. And they'll announce when they put those out. So we don't want it, but what happens if I stop doing the career program, I don't like it? MCPS has told us that you have to return to your home high school because you accepted to Seneca for a specific career program. That's what you have to continue to do and be successful in order to stay at Seneca Valley High School. They've asked us to remind every parent and student that the deadline is February 17th, next Friday, through the link, and they want you to make sure you accept or decline whatever ones that you have been invited to. And that is what my next slide is. I get this question a lot, and it's very confusing. So it is a very complicated process and convoluted process for a lot of 8th grade parents rising up. So I wanted to give this example. So say you applied to 5 programs, 5 of the special programs, the wonderful programs MCPS offers. Say you hear back from 4 of them. 2 of them you get invited to attend. 2 of them you get waitlisted. What do you do? What does that mean? What decision do you make? What happens? So what the MCPS has said is this. You can only hold 1 acceptance at a time. So for this example, for the 2 invites, once you accept one of the other invites, you lose the other one. So for any invitations, if you accept an invitation, you lose the other invitation. Now, if the deadline passes, the county's going to hound you and ask you for a decision. What is your decision for all the invitations that you have been given? But what does that mean for your wait list? The wonderful thing about accepting an invitation is you do not lose your spot on any wait list on any program. So even though you accept an invitation for a program, you do not lose the wait list for the other programs that you're on. So in this example, if you're on 2 wait lists, you accept one of the invites, you do not lose those wait lists at all. You still have the chance to get into those programs if your number is called. If you decide to attend Seneca Valley and you accept the invitation, this is the grade 9 registration form, and then that link is the SVHS registration website. Mr. Yarmus has created a Google site, wonderful information, all the counselors on there, information about registering for next year, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior. So please, if you accept, this website will give you a lot of information. If you do accept the invitation to Seneca Valley, we also, obviously, like all MCPS schools, provide both the ESOL and special education services, and those are the RTs for those respective departments. So what can you do at Seneca? So in addition to a full-fledged sports program, there are 70 active clubs and organizations at Seneca Valley High School. This is just a screenshot of them. That link for that 70 active leads you to this Google sheet of all the possible clubs, I should say active clubs right now at Seneca Valley High School. That link for the full sports programs leads you to MCPS's athletic website that the AD Jesse Irvin has created, and will tell you all the information you need to know about when the sports are, what you need to do to participate in the sport, the physicals, etc. That will have all the information that you need and the schedules for all the sports programs. In addition to all those extracurricular activities and the sports programs, we also are a wall-to-wall IB school. We have the IB NYP, the IB Career Related, IB Diploma, and it is very possible to do both your career program and the full IB Diploma. And to talk about the IB program, I'm going to introduce Mrs. Ersky and Ms. B. Kraft.
All right, good evening. My name is Kim B. Kraft. I am the MYP, or Middle Years Program Coordinator. So I work with the 9th and 10th grade. Mrs. Ersky is going to come up in just a minute. She works with the IB Diploma and the IB Career-related programs. So we are really, really proud to be a wall-to-wall IB school, and what that means is that we offer IB education opportunities 9th through 12th grade. So we offer all 3 of the options for a high school: the Middle Years Program, the Diploma Program, and the Career-related program. And we really encourage all of our students to access and take advantage of these opportunities. Kind of at the core of IB, if you're new to IB and you're kind of wondering what that means to be an IB school, at the core is really this idea of the learner profile, which means that we really educate the whole student. We're concerned with their academic growth, but also their socio-emotional growth as well. And we use the learner profile to really guide and model and scaffold for our students. In the middle here is the importance of the approaches to learning, which is a skill set, again, both academic and socio-emotional, that we work with our students, we help them develop so that they leave us with a skill set that they can be successful no matter where they want to go. And that goes from 9th through 12th through all the IB programs. That focus on building a skill set is really a core of the IB programs. And then on the last thing is the approaches to teaching. So IB also has a philosophy and a belief on how we do our jobs, how we teach our students through inquiry, asking questions, letting the students lead the classroom, having big ideas so that when the kids are asking, I'm bio certified, so why are we learning this biology? It's inherent in our teaching and our lesson plans of why this is important. And then authentic assessment. So when you're in science class, you're not just doing science, you are scientists. You're actually doing the methods of the discipline, and you're assessed in ways that are authentic to each subject area. And that's quite different. So that's kind of our hallmark of IB. And whether you go to IB here, whether you go to IB at RM or at Watkins Mill or Kennedy, all of the IB programs have these same philosophies. We all get accredited by IB and have the same expectations for our students. So you can't go wrong with any of the IB schools. And again, so for 9th and 10th grade, these IB programs, the middle year program or MYP, is a little bit different. It's a whole school program. So there is no application. Students aren't in special MYP classes. All of our 9th and 10th grade classes are MYP. We are in the 3rd year of getting our full authorization for MYP, so we've been working really hard through the pandemic to get this program up and running. And so we are almost finished with that. So we've been working hard to line all those classes. So when you come to Seneca in 9th and 10th grade, you're automatically an MYP student. And then Mrs. Zersky?
So just to continue, so once they've done that 9th and 10th grade year, regardless what program you have the option to do individual IB courses, or you can take part in the diploma program or the IB career-related program. So we have a pathway for you to reach each of those programs. Oh, thanks. I was like, where's that? So just planning. So as you're thinking, I know you're like, junior year is way far off, and I'm just entering 9th grade. These are just some things, if you're considering the CP or DP, that we just wanted to give you some hints to reach one of those. So you want to commit to the rigor and challenge by taking honors classes and those AP classes in 9th and 10th grade. And all those 9th and 10th grade classes are MYP aligned, as Ms. Beecroft said. Consider approaches to learning. So if you're a little concerned you're taking AP class for the first time, you can do that approaches to learning. That will help you build your skill set and give you some time to get help from teachers there as well. Complete that MYP personal project. So that's a passion project. The students get to pick what they want to do. Ms. Beecroft leads that. And we also have an amazing Think Big program. So we have actual artists with Glenstone and Blackrock. Strathmore, that actually come and talk to the students, help them work through that project, and they get to experience those performances with the artists. Continue a world language. So if you're going to do the DP, you do have to take French or Spanish. So if you haven't started French or Spanish, consider starting it or continue it. And then you want to map out your graduation requirements so that you have room in 11th and 12th, regardless if you do the DP or CP program. Just make sure you've completed those requirements of health, PE, tech, and art, so that way it gives you flexibility in your 11th and 12th grade year.
Thank you, Ms. Beecroft and Mrs. Ersky. You will be able to talk to them in the first rotation after we're done here. They're going to have one session, and if you have any specific questions or even more questions about, and that was just, believe it or not, they rushed through. They could go for a good 30 minutes to talk about the benefits of IB, and not just explain it, but talk about the benefits of IB. It is a wonderful, absolutely wonderful program, both for the diploma, for the career-related, and the diploma. And I highly recommend, if you accept the invitation, to inquire to them about joining IB because it is wonderful and the benefits are incredible. They have students every year come back and talk about how IB benefited them in college. So I just want to spend the next little bit before I send you off explaining how we're going to do things for the rest of the evening. So what we're going to do is I would like you to, we're going to go into rotations, and you're going to hear it over the overhead. It'll be from 7:30 to 8 will be the, 6:30 to 7 will be the first one, then 7:05 to 7:30, then 7:35 to 8 will be the last one. What I'd like you to do is please only attend the sessions that you were invited to. If you were invited to more than 3 programs, recordings will be available on that Google site. And if you can't find that Google site, just go to the Seneca Valley homepage, and I'll have an announcement on there. Please visit, for the information nights, please visit the Google site, and it'll give you a link, and you'll be able to go to it. There'll be recordings of all the programs, and I will post them on that Google site, and I'll also relay that link on our home site. All sessions will be recorded, like I said. They'll be available on that Google site. Also, the main elevator is available. We'll be on the first floor. We're on the ground right now. First floor, 3rd floor, and 4th floor. The construction management and architecture, they'll be on the first floor. They're literally right over here, one level up in room 1515. You'll start there where the construction design and management is, and then at the end of your session, you'll go and tour the construction lab. Wonderful construction lab. The information technology and cybersecurity is a little bit down the hall that way in 1325. Hospitality and tourism, that's the one on the 3rd floor, 3403. Healthcare professions is in 1116. It's right near the main entrance of the building where you came in. Engineering is all the way up on the 4th floor, and that will be 5 levels. So I recommend if you're going to 4619, if that's your first one, take the elevator right outside the auditorium over here, please. And then last but not least, Mrs. Ersky and Ms. Beecroft will be able to answer questions about the IB programs, but they'll only be available for the first rotation from 6:37. So if you have a dying question that you need answered about IB, go to that one first, and then you can go to the other 2 rotations. We'll be here until 8 o'clock at night. Mr. Yormas will be here after we're done if you have any questions about registration. I'll stay here for a little bit, and then I'll tour the session. So any questions for the greater good, for the benefit of everyone before we head out? Yes, sir. Say that again, I'm sorry? Statistics for violence. I don't have those exact numbers. What I will say is that I don't think Seneca is proportionally high. And Mr. Yarmers, and in fact, I would think for 2,350 students walking through this building, I would consider it fairly low, to be honest with you. And I'm not just saying it because I'm here. This is my 19th year at Seneca Valley. And I don't crack the top 10 on people who've been here the longest. I'm looking forward to 3 retirements this year, I think, are going to retire. That'll put me in the top 10. So if it didn't feel safe, I wouldn't be here. Yes, ma'am.
What happened with if you don't get all the answers, like all the acceptance, and declining the invitations by the 17th?
So the county will probably hound you. They'll probably start sending emails. Your decision. We need your decision. Tell us, please, what you're going to do. On the opposite end, for me, the county has told me that they will send me my data on the Tuesday, because Monday the 20th is President's Day. Tuesday the 21st, they will send me my data of all the students that are accepted. And then after that, I'm not sure how long they wait. I think they wait 2 weeks, I think it is. And then they start sending out waitlist information. So they'll start going down the wait list and inviting people on the wait list for each of the programs that still has room. Okay? Great questions. Other questions? If you did not get a map with the agenda on and the building, I have more over here. Please see me in the corner. If not, thank you for coming, and enjoy the sessions.